50, 45, there goes Davis.
Oh my God!
Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Oh, welcome in, everyone, to a brand new edition of the Dream Wager, episode 562. Today is Friday, September 12th, 2025. And the Packers might be the best team in the NFL, kid. How the hell you doing? How was your Thursday night football experience?
Thursday night football experience was amazing, Dill. Tough game overall, but the Packers, I can't disagree with you, might be the best team in football. Definitely defensive. Dill, that defense is much more better than I anticipated it would be, especially this early on.
Yeah. Especially with the limited reps, too, that Minka's getting. You were right. He was kind of around the same snap count.
Around 30. I didn't expect him, to opening day have 30, then on 3 days rest, jump it up to 50. That I didn't expect that to happen. But those 30 plays that he was in, 30-ish plays, he was popping off the screen, and that's what you want.
Exactly. So we'll break down Thursday night football, what we got wrong, what we got right. We'll go down through the whole card. And I was telling Elvis right before we got on, I know I'm a degenerate, but man, I fucking love this week's slate. We'll go through every game. We got plays and everything. We'll give you our opinion. We'll end it with our lock dog teaser. We got a prop of the week as well. Hopefully we look to stay hot. And then college football week 3 at the end. Hey kid, I went from 14 to 7. Guess how many I have here in week 3?
I'm gonna assume back up. I'm gonna say 12.
No, 5. Growth. This is growth.
That's good, dude. That's good. You don't need to hammer them all. I got one.
Oh, wow.
Last week I gave you one. It was a dog.
Yeah,
it hit. I'm trying to continue that trend.
So it's a huge weekend, and not just in the NFL. We got Terrence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez live on
Might
Netflix.
Be the fight of the decade. Might be the fight of the decade now.
What you got real quick? I got Bud.
I got plus 142 looking good.
I got plus 150 earlier.
I saw a 25% profit boost. I might get it to plus 175.
You might as well. Or you could put the 25 boost to your dog. You were telling me you like the dog of the week. That's a little tease. We'll
get another profit boost for Sunday.
Exactly. Kid, but like I said, let's talk about Thursday night football at Lambeau Field. They covered a 3.5. We get there home with the Green Bay Packers 27-18. Kid, I was almost dead spot on it. I said 27-21. I almost hit the exacto on it, but great. And we had a couple doinks. Did you see off the uprights? We had a couple doinks.
McManus, you got one from Santos. Oh, wait, not Santos. What was the kicker? I already forgot the kicker.
For who?
Washington. Was it Santos?
No, his name is Matt Gay.
Yeah, shout out Matt Gay because he always come on clutch. Dill, he made the first 53-yarder. I think it's a tough task to ask your kicker in the NFL. All his kicks will be 50 plus. I can't be. You can't be mad if you're a Commanders fan that your kicker missed 2 out of 3 kicks at 55 plus yards. So I think Matt Gay is still an excellent kicker, Dill, but a couple of doinks. It is what it is.
Yeah. He did have a couple doinks, 1 for 3. They would have covered if they had it. They would have covered. So, but we get there. I'm not gonna, I had him at 8, and I got a couple DMs when we put our power rankings out. They said, Dylan, especially I got friends down in the DMV, right? So they go, Dylan, why are you dissing us? Why are you disrespecting us? And I was like, hey, listen to the pod. I like you guys. But this is a tough game on the road, short week against an arguably a top 5 team right now in the Green Bay Packers. I thought Jordan Love looked so good. First 2 weeks. I know he throws off his back foot a lot, but he was dropping some dimes, kid.
Yeah, he was tremendous, though. Like we said last week, he looked good. And then to start this week, Dill, against a Washington Commanders team, whose defense I think is pretty good, led by Dan Quinn. Dill, I know they didn't come up with points in the first drive, but they marched down the field. Second drive, marched down the field, got 7. How many times we saw him hit Tucker the tight end Tucker Kraft, and he was wide open there.
For days.
It kind of looked like the game against Dallas 2 years ago in the playoffs. That's how wide open they were down the field. So gotta give Jordan Love credit. 19 for 31, 292. I think he had 200 yards in the first half. I know he had 123 in the first quarter alone. So the fact that they were just able to march up and down the field, that was impressive. And they got everybody involved. Romeo Doubs, Luke Musgrave had a couple catches as well. The backup tight end. The rookie Malik Health, Devontae Wicks, and we even saw them try to get Matthew Golden involved. And I understand he didn't really come down with any receptions, but you saw the potential was there. You saw the speed. Jordan Love just overthrew him just a little bit 2 times. So I think overall, this Green Bay Packers team has been one of the most impressive teams. I understand they only played the first team to play week 2, but what a performance week 1.
Yeah, what a performance. And they go and they're going to be without Jalen Reed for a few weeks. He broke his collarbone off that play.
They're deep there, Dill.
Yeah. But do you worry about Matthew Golden? First 2 weeks in for the rookie, he hasn't looked good.
But am I worried about it? I'll be worried they were 0-2. I'd be worried about it. They were averaging 13 points a game. Yeah. Then I'll be worried, but the offense is running on all cylinders. Jordan Love looks great. If it ain't broke, why fix it? I think the offense right now is running very high. So
yeah, you're right. And they're deep. You got Tucker Kraft, you got Wicks, even Malik Health, Luke Musgrave, Romeo Doubs. Like, they are deep at the wide. And I thought, honestly, Matt LaFleur called a hell of a game. I thought he called a hell of a game. Josh Jacobs, they got the run game going as well. We get there with the over 17.5 rush attempts, 23 for 84. He had a touchdown as well. On the other side, though, with the Redskins, hey, this was probably one of his worser games, Jaden Daniels. Good thing, though, is he wasn't smiling. He was kind of like, hey, like this was a tough game for him, because he's always smiling. Regardless if he's winning or losing, he's always smiling. But we know now that he doesn't always smile. But I also didn't think Cliff Kingsbury called a good game either.
I'll be honest, though. I think that defense was just a little overwhelming for Cliff Kingsbury and Jaden Daniels. For the first time, we saw Jaden Daniels look mediocre, Dill. It's been times where, he didn't have a huge stat line game, but he'll make plays that you're like, damn, he's special. Yesterday, Dill, especially during the first half, this offense struggled. Jaden Daniels was struggling. He wasn't able to get outside of the pocket, Dill. Mm-hmm. What we always see him do, especially with his legs. He's special with his legs. Get outside the pocket and make plays. Packers took that out. I love how the Packers are closing in on the outside and the inside. They were pressuring in all types of ways. And Dill, that running game, I said the rookie over 41.5, and then hour before the show, it dropped to 38.5. I knew right there something was off.
Yeah.
Dill, they couldn't run it nowhere fast.
Even Jaden Daniels.
Because they couldn't go nowhere fast. So I knew something was up during the first 2 possessions for the Commanders. They couldn't even get a first down. To me, that was the main concern, especially in the first quarter. The fact that he wasn't even able to move the ball. Austin Eckler, now I heard he's going to be done for the year with a torn Achilles. He wasn't able to go nowhere fast.
Yeah, that sucks.
Ja'Cory Merritt wasn't going nowhere fast. Besides Zach Ertz, still.
He's ageless. He really is.
Yeah, but besides Zach Ertz, Deebo Samuel has a great week 1. I know
2 good back-to-back weeks for Deebo, and he's not fat.
But Scary Terry got to be a little better. First 2 weeks of the season, he's been a little down. Noah Brown, that ball in the end zone, he got to come down with that. So there was opportunities there, but there's no doubt the Commanders' offense, that was probably the worst I've seen them look in a year.
Yeah, it was a bad performance. I'm not down on them just yet. It's against a really good team on the road on a short week. I think they'll be just fine. I think Jaden people online, I know you're not on Twitter, but people online were saying fraud check. Relax.
Come on.
Relax.
Really?
Relax.
Green Bay might have a top 5 defense.
Yeah, like Jaden Daniels will be. I probably would still take Jaden Daniels over most quarterbacks in the NFL, if I'm being honest. So let's pump the brakes. It's one game. I think they'll be just fine. But I think the story is Packers are as legit as it seems right now. I know it's short sample size, only 2 weeks, but they are so fucking good, kids. So We get there with the 3.5. I know you're on Washington, but we get there with the prop as well. Over 17.5 rush attempts with Josh Jacobs. Jordan Love, no interception. And Jaden Daniels over 43.5 rushing yards. That's the only thing we didn't get. But overall, very profitable night on Thursday night. I know you're on Washington. Did your prop get there?
No, the official play was my prop, and it went under by a mile. So, got to give Green Bay credit, though. That defense, man. I'm impressed on how good that defense is so early. Let's not forget the offenses. They kind of shut down. Detroit Lions last week, I think only a total of 53 total rushing yards. Against the Washington Commanders, total of 51 rushing yards. This might be the number one rush defense. Who knows?
It might be. And they went with and they traded their best rush defender in Kenny Clark.
Yeah.
So wait till Micah Parsons really gets going too.
I'm gonna be honest though, he's been going.
No, but I'm saying like get more reps.
No, I understand, but still he's been popping off the screen.
Yeah.
Week one, he kind of slowly came in the game. But game 2, though, last night, he was impressive. He was constantly in the area of Jaden Daniels. He didn't really get hit. I think he got home one time, but he was in the area consistently.
Yeah. So amazing performance by the Packers. Kid, they have to move up in your power rankings come Wednesday.
They're at number 5.
They got to go up.
They're going to go up. This is number 4. So they're going up no matter what.
They got to go up. Exactly. All right, kid, before we got a lot of play. By the way, my one gripe, I said I love the slate. Only 3 4:00 games. If 2 of them are a dud.
They always fuck that up. I don't understand why. Yeah, we have 2 Monday night games. So thank you, NFL. I don't want to just shit on y'all real quick. But why is there only 3 games at 4 o'clock?
There should have been 9 games in the 1 o'clock window.
And y'all gonna do this multiple times this season.
We said it last year too. That was one of our problems.
Yeah, it should be 5-4. 6, 3. It gotta be 5-4. 6-4. Something. It can't just be 8, 7, 9+ games at 1 o'clock window. You gotta spread it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Little bit. It should be at least 4+ games.
Because you know what's gonna happen? Out of the 3 games, 2 of them are going to be duds, and we're going to be asked out, and we're going to be here recording early.
Especially after week 6.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, kid, before we do get to week 2 on Sunday, a quick word from our sponsor. We are brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. It is no wonder why Viva was voted number 1 hard seltzer in the world by a San Francisco World Spirit competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV, Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives, whether it's Huckleberry playing around the golf with the boys or an elderberry watching the NFL on Sunday. It doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. I believe here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. Kid. So much.
Gotta love it.
It's probably the best song. I don't want to say known to man, but it has to be top 5.
It's one of the greatest instrumentals of all time. You don't need to say song.
Instrumental. That's fair. That's fair. All right, kid. Where do we want to start? I have a feeling where I want to start, and we will go to the beautiful state of Florida. Yes, sir. We're going to start it spicy early. Let's go to Miami. The Dolphins hosting the New England Patriots. Dolphins laying 2.5 here at home. -130 on the money line. If you like the Patriots, +110. Total 43.5. Elvis, it was a tough week 1 for you. Going on the road now. What are we feeling here? Can we get a bounce back?
I'll be the first one to say we did not look good last week. Give credit to the Raiders. Geno Smith threw for over 300 yards on the road. Christian Gonzalez was just there, but you got to give him credit. I've been hyping up my defense all off season long, and they didn't show up. But Dylan, one team that might have had the worst performance in week 1 is the Miami Dolphins. In a perfect bounce back situation, yes, it might be a little humid. Mike Vrabel going into Miami. We saw how dud of the offense was last week. I think this is a must-win game. I think we gotta show up in Miami, both sides of the ball, especially defensively. There's no way. Two interceptions last week, less than 100 yards for the majority of the game. We can't let him throw for 200 and have a field day on our defense. Still, that would be unacceptable, especially after last week in Gillette. This is dog of the week potential. Wow. But give me the New England Patriots plus 115 on the money line, Dill.
Oh, you're going money line.
I just don't understand. Don't get me wrong. I'll be the first one to say we did not look good last week. Mm-hmm. But you're not about to sit here and tell me we look worse than the fucking Dolphins. We ain't going to do that now. So give me the New England Patriots. Give me Mike Vrabel. And I expect our offense to look alike. I expect our offense to at least reminisce a little of what Daniel Jones did last week. Just a little.
Yeah. Now, you said must win. Is it a must win or can't lose?
I'm going to say can't lose.
Can't lose.
Because, it's week 2. Right? Yeah. Nothing's a must win.
Yeah.
But we can't lose this game.
Especially with the way they looked. I mean, Dolphins.
If Dolphins beat the Colts last week 30-10, okay.
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay. I see why we're underdogs. But come on now.
Dolphins might be looking ahead towards next week. They got Thursday Night Football, short week against the Bills, divisional game. It does look like Christian Gonzalez will be out another week. And even though he was out for week 1, I didn't think the defense played all that bad. And, this has to be a very low point for Mike McDaniel and the Dolphins. Tua stunk. Their right guard, their right tackle are both out. Their secondary stinks. But Tua has never lost to the Patriots. And I don't expect them to lose here on Sunday. I'm not going to overreact here. Everyone's talking about, how bad they looked. And, let's not sit here and say Drake May didn't look good either. Drake May didn't have a really good game. You could be an honest person. He didn't look that good.
He looked better than Tua.
That's fair, but he didn't look, quote, good. Dolphins might have some pride here. At home, Patriots 17-43 all time in Miami. Not good. Give me the Dolphins minus 1.5, kid. You didn't expect me to take the Dolphins, did you?
I'm gonna be honest. A little surprised that you're gonna bet with Tua after last week.
After he did me dirty, right?
Yeah. So I'm kind of a little surprised about that bet. But at this backing Tua, not the Dolphins, because I respect the Dolphins, but backing Tua after last week's performance, still I think this is it's a bad call.
Hey, we'll see on Sunday.
One of us just gave out free money. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Let's go to Ohio. Cincinnati Bengals hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars. Joe Burrow and the Bengals laying 3.5 here at home, minus 180 on the money line. Jaguars plus 152 as the dog, total 49.5. How do you like this one?
Dill, you're going to be shocked of what my play is in this game. I do like Cincinnati, but was their offense impressive last week? No. Did they struggle in the second half against a very good Browns defense? Got to give Browns credit. They struggled, Dill. I think they only had 23 total yards in the second half. Don't get me wrong. I still think Joe Burrow's top 3. Jamar Chase might be the best wide receiver in football. Offensively, I think they'll be fine. But I am a little concerned, Dill. You know what I'm concerned about? That defense. Trevor Lawrence last week and company looked pretty good. They look pretty good. I'm not going to lay the 3.5. I do like the Bengals, but give me the over 49.5, Dill. I expect the Bengals offense to wake up just a little bit, and I expect Trevor Lawrence and company to show up. I expect them to show up, Dill. Give me over 49.5. I'm going to say Bengals 30-20, 24-27.
Total guy. You hit your first total of week 1.
Yeah. I don't know if you noticed, though. Last year, I rarely did take totals, but I was profitable.
Maybe this will be.
So I took notes. Yeah. I was like, let me start hitting some totals.
I like that, kid. It was a good win for the Jags week 1. And even though the Bengals came out with the W against the Browns, I didn't think they played good. I didn't think they deserved to win. And for as good as an offense as the Bengals have, The Browns outgained the Bengals by over 200 yards. They literally had 7 total yards in the second half. How does that happen, Elvis? How?
I'm going to say Myles Garrett and that defensive line
Yeah.
was just causing havoc. And they was.
They were.
They were causing havoc. But some way, somehow, the Cincinnati Bengals offense has to show up this week.
They do. And I do think the Jaguars need to clean it up a little. 10-plus penalties week 1. Thank God they played the Panthers, because if it was against anyone else.
If it was against Cincinnati, Joe Burrow's going to hurt you.
Yeah, they would have lost that game. But I think the passing attack for Jacksonville can have some success against the Cincinnati defense. I think they'll have success on the ground as well. They trade away Tanks Bigsby. You know what they feel about Travis Etienne in that backfield. I know most people are going to be on the Bengals here at home and forget about week 1. Not me. Give me Jacksonville plus 3.5. Might be dog of the day for me as well. Love Jacksonville here at home. Where do we go next? Let's go up the coast, and we'll stay in the AFC North, and we will talk about the Baltimore Ravens coming back home, taking on the Cleveland Browns, laying a huge number after that Sunday night debacle, blowing a 15-point lead, coming back home, and now laying double digits against the Browns, 11.5, minus 750 on the money line. If you like the dog, plus 530 for the Brownies. Total 45.5. What are we feeling here, kid?
Dale, I'm letting you know right now, this is going to be a tough divisional battle. We saw one last week against Cincinnati and the Browns. I expect another one here. I think 11.5 points. I should have took the 12.5 when they first opened up, Dale. I think 11.5 points is too much for the divisional matchup. Let's not forget, people, the Cleveland Browns quietly won 2 out of the 3 last matchups. One with Joe Flacco, one with Jameis Winston. Joe Flacco's at the helm. Dale, we know he's able to sling it. And what we saw in the fourth quarter, Josh Allen, I'm not saying Joe Flacco's Josh Allen, but we all know Joe Flacco could throw that pigskin around. So I wouldn't be shocked if Joe Flacco was somewhere around 250, 270 yards passing, a couple touchdowns. I think the Browns are going to be able to put up points on that defense. So the defense wasn't impressive last week. Is the capability there? Absolutely. But we got to see it now. I think Joe Flacco and his offense going to put up a few points, maybe 20-something. No doubt in my mind, I know the Baltimore Ravens will win this game. But to cover 11.5, I don't think so. Give me the Cleveland Browns plus 11.5, Dale. I think they lose by touchdown max.
Yeah, what a week 1 loss for the Ravens. Now they come back home and lay a huge number against a divisional opponent. Elvis, I don't know about you. I like Todd Monken, the OC for the Ravens, but man, it feels like he tightens up and the play calling sheet kind of shrinks when the game is close. You have Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. Do not take the ball out of their hands and stop running fucking jet sweeps. I hate jet sweeps with this team. They're very conservative when they have a really big league. I don't like that. I also worry about this Ravens secondary. And truthfully, I think Joe Flacco will be able to sling it against this secondary. Jair Alexander for the Ravens did not look good for them. In the beginning of the season, Joe Flacco is elite. This is a Super Bowl champ, Super Bowl MVP. This is a perfect spot for the Browns, plus the points. Everyone is going to want to take the Ravens. They think they're going to come out after that tough loss, and they're going to blow out the Browns. I don't think so. Meanwhile, Baltimore has Detroit next week in a primetime game. 2 of the first 3 weeks are primetime games. This is a classic sandwich spot. I'll take the double-digit points. Give me Joe Flacco plus 11.5. It's too many fucking points, kid.
Love the energy, though.
Yeah. Where do we go next? Let's go to Dallas. I like this game. Dallas Cowboys at home, taking on the G-Men. Cowboys laying 4.5 at home, minus 230 on the money line. If you like the G-Men, plus 194, total 44.5. What are the chances we see Jackson Dart?
I'm going to say 0. I'm going to say 0, Dale. I think Russell Wilson is still the quarterback. I'm going to say 6 weeks. But do I expect a better performance from Russell Wilson this week? Absolutely, Dale. Let's just be honest. They looked bad last week as a team. as a unit, not just Russell. As a unit, looked bad. I think Malik Neighbors was the only bright spot. Honestly, Dallas offensively looked pretty good last week. They had opportunities to upset the Philadelphia Eagles in Philly as 8.5-point dogs. I like what I saw in Philadelphia. I didn't like anything I saw up in Washington from this New York Giants team. I ended up staying away, though, but it's a heavy lean with Dallas minus the 5. If it gets to 4, I might lay the 4. But to 5, Dale, is a divisional battle. I'm gonna give
you could
the
get
Giants
4.5 right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the Giants some respect. I think they gotta bounce back, but I do think it's the Cowboys' game to lose. I do lean the Cowboys minus 4.5, minus 5.
Yeah, this is crazy. It's back-to-back road spots here for the Giants. Extra rest as well for the Cowboys. They played Thursday night.
Yep.
I didn't think the Giants defense played all that bad. And if I'm being honest, it was the offense that was so fucking pitiful for them. Honestly, I wish Abdul Carter played a little more as well. Maybe he'll get more reps here in week 2, but they got to get Malik Neighbors more involved, Elvis. I told you I'm not a fan of Russell Wilson. He does not look good, but I didn't expect him to be that bad in week 1. I'm telling you, he does not look good in the first. If he doesn't look good in the first half, they got to go and Brian Dable has to go and put Jackson Dart in. I feel like he wanted to put him in last week. I know Andrew Thomas is out, and you really don't want to get the quarterback hurt, which is why Russell Wilson is kind of running around back there. So maybe until Andrew Thomas is back, maybe then you put Jackson Dart in. But all the money's on the Cowboys. It's a donkey in public play, but I'm on the Cowboys as well. I do not trust this offense to score right now. I think the under's a play too. I think the Cowboys are a good teaser, but I agree, kid. I'm on Dallas as well here. And you could get minus 4.5 as well. It's actually come down a little bit. So, yeah, I'm going to take Dallas minus the 4.5. Let's go out to Tennessee. Cam Ward is hosting the L.A. Rams. Rams road favorites, minus 5.5, minus 255 on the money line. Cam Ward and the Titans plus 210, total 41.5. How are we feeling about this one?
Dude, this one's going to be just short and sweet. Give me the L.A. Rams minus 5.5 on the road. If it gets to minus 6, I would still lay it. I'm going to be honest, though. I think this defense is going to show Cam Ward, welcome to the NFL. Last week, he didn't look good. And against this defense, still, I don't expect him to look much better. Can he have a better performance? I hope so, because I'm a Cam Ward fan. But we saw how C.J. Stroud looked last week. Mm-hmm. I highly doubt. Honestly, I'll bet money Cam Ward doesn't have a better performance. So give me the Rams minus 5.5. I wouldn't be shocked to win this game by double digits on the road.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are going to say or think, the Titans played well in week 1. They kept it close with the Broncos. But look at the box score. Look at the actual game. They had only a little over 100 total yards of offense. Mm-hmm. That's not going to win you football games in the NFL, especially against the Rams. They had 13 penalties. 13. It's early, but they're an undisciplined team. I like Cam Ward. I think he'll be fine, but he did hold the ball. He did hold on to the ball too long. He took 6 sacks. It is his first start ever on the road. I'll give him a pass against arguably a top 5 defense in Denver. What I came out of watching the Tennessee game, their defense played good against the Broncos offense. Yeah. I thought they got pressure on Bo Nix. They forced 2 interceptions. They kind of kept them in the game. And we know we're big fans of Tony Pollard. I know a lot of people are on the Rams. This is another public play, but I don't trust Brian Callahan. He might be getting let go this year as well. He makes a lot of mistakes. I like Tony Pollard. I thought he had a good game, like I said. But outside of that, nothing I really like about this team. I can't bet on the Titans right now. I'll lay the 5.5 here with the Titans as well on the road. I think with the what did I say? Raiders?
You said Titans.
Titans, yeah, with the Rams. I also think this is a good teaser spot as well. So yeah, I'm on the Rams here on a road spot. Where do we go next? Oh, we might as well. The Battle of New York. Let's go to MetLife, kid. The New York Jets hosting the Buffalo Bills. Bills laying 6.5 here on the road, minus 310 on the money line, plus 6.5 for the Jets, plus 250 on the money line. Total is at 47.5. Ed Oliver is out. High ankle injury for him. He's going to miss a few weeks as well. But, can my Jets keep this one close?
I tell you what, that's some great news for the Jets. Bad news for the Bills. Hopefully he recovers sooner than later. They'll call me crazy. We saw both of these offenses. I'm going to say that the Bills in the fourth quarter explode, but I think offensively the Jets look much better than even you probably anticipated. Though Justin Fields played very well. We know Garrett Wilson is top 10-ish wide receiver. Breece Hall ran the ball tremendously, and your defense didn't look good last week at all. I want to emphasize that. Did not look good at all. But in a divisional matchup, y'all always show up against the Bills. For some reason, y'all always show up against the Bills, Dill. I'm tempted to take the plus 6.5. I also don't think the Jets are a great teaser spot because I do not see them losing by double digits. But I'm tempted to take the plus 6.5. I would say y'all live here. I would say y'all are live on the money line. I won't go that far. I do think the Jets will make it interesting. I do think the Jets will make it close, Dill. No official play, but I do lean the plus 6.5. And also, heavy lean on the under. I might take the under officially, Dill. Both offenses just scored 38? Right? Buffalo 41 in a divisional matchup at MetLife, Dill. I don't expect either offense to flourish like that. I expect a defensive, down and dirty battle, Dill. Heavy lean on the under 47.5. I just maybe 24-20, maybe. I think that's the highest you could go. I like the plus 6.5. Give me the under.
Yeah, Bills coming off that dramatic Sunday night football win. They're also looking toward, like I said earlier, they're looking towards a short week here on Thursday night against the Dolphins.
I don't know if they're really looking towards it.
This is your classic letdown spot here for Buffalo, and the Jets look scrappy. And if you watch the Jets in the past, like I have, this is a new offense. They actually look competent and confident under and Aaron Glenn. And shout out Aaron Glenn. He cut Xavier Gibson.
On business.
Good. I came on here 6 hours after the game, and I said he needs to be gone. And what did he do? He's lucky he made it to Monday. Cut him. Good. To be honest, he shouldn't have even made the team.
Come on. But one thing I can respect about Alex,
Aaron Glenn.
In the presser after the game, he said, "You cannot be on this team if you're costing us wins."
And he did. He
took action the next day. So I know that maybe not motivated, but that brought an energy to the locker room, Dill. That could possibly turn this team around. Just knowing, he's gonna hold everybody accountable.
Yeah, which he did. I love the move from Aaron Glenn, honestly. And the Ravens on Sunday night, they did anything they wanted on this defense. And I'm not saying the Jets' offense is like Baltimore's, nowhere close, but Justin Fields is going to have himself a hell of a game here at home. This is a great spot for the Jets. Their running game looked good. The offensive line. Shout out my boy Membe from Missouri, one of the best rookies in the game. He did not allow a single pressure. He was bugging.
No, he had a good game. Yeah, he had a good game.
And you mentioned it. If there's any team that has had Josh Allen's number, it is the New York Jets, especially on the road. We were there week 1, kid. Give me the Jets plus 6.5. I think they're live as well. Let's go to the next game, and we will go to where are we gonna go? Let's go to Detroit.
I was gonna say, let's get the worst game out. I've been.
We'll get to that. It'll be short and sweet, that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get it out.
Detroit laying 6.5 here at home after a tough loss on the road. Coming back home to play the Chicago Bears. Bears 6.5 point underdogs. If you like them on the money line, plus 225. Total 47.5. Big game for Jared Goff. Can he do it?
I think so, Dill. Do I want to lay the 6.5? I'm not sure about that, but I do think there's no doubt in my mind Detroit Lions win this game at home. Ford Field is going to be rocking, and I expect a bounce-back game, not just from Jahmyr Gibbs, but from the whole running back crew. Him, David Montgomery. I expect the whole offense to play a little better. Sam Laporta as well. So I think we're going to see this offense take a huge step than what we saw last week. Chicago, the one thing I could say, Caleb Williams looked pretty damn good during the first two drives. During the scripted plays, he looked great. After those two first drives, wasn't that impressive. Kind of looked like he was last year. So that worries me a little bit. And let's not forget, people, if there's any team out there that's gonna know what's coming from the Chicago offense, it's the Detroit Lions. So would I lay the 6.5? Maybe. I think it's a perfect teaser spot. I also like Jahmyr Gibbs over. I think he has a bounce back game over. I think 67.5 rushing yards. But I probably lay the 6.5 with the Detroit Lions though.
I'll give you 5.5 because I do see 5.5s out there. That's what I was able to get. The book that I'm on right now is at 6.5, but I do see 5.5. So shop around. Who's this game bigger for? Dan Campbell revenge spot or Ben Johnson revenge spot?
I'm gonna say bigger.
The Lions can't go 0-2.
That's the thing. Nobody will. I'm not gonna say will care, but nobody will be shocked if the Chicago Bears started 0-2. I think 90% of people who watch the NFL will be shocked if the Detroit Lions start 0-2. So I'm gonna say Dan Campbell, because then the question is gonna be Monday, Tuesday. Can Dan do it without his OC and DC? That's gonna be the question, especially if Caleb in that offense flourishes and then Jared Goff in that running game struggles like they did in Green Bay week 1. So, so to answer your question, I think Dan Campbell and this offense has to show up.
Yeah, I think this is a great bounce back spot here for Detroit. I did not like what I saw from Caleb Williams. I think he has a lot of talent. We see it on some plays, but just slowly watching the game and breaking down the film, we're huge film guys here. He has the strength to get the ball anywhere he needs, but his feet aren't lined up. His accuracy isn't there. He just looks like he's playing backyard football. And, when it's not scripted, like you said, it just doesn't go well. And Lions got beat up by one of the best teams in football who we just talked about. Coming back home, I think that it's going to help this team. On the other side, I thought Chicago's defense played good for the first half, and then I just don't know what happened. They just stopped blitzing. So good news is Jalen Johnson is practicing. He will probably play this Sunday, which will upgrade their secondary. I think this is a good spread, though. After the Dan Campbell and Jared Goff are great after a loss. And I just don't think Detroit is going to allow Ben Johnson to come into Detroit and beat him after getting him a head coaching job. I'm out on Caleb. And to be honest, I didn't really like the post conference or the or the in-game interview with Ben Johnson either. He didn't look like he was all there.
I think he's still settling in though. We even saw in the week 1 with the time situation to end the first half. The early going for the 4th down. I would have took the points, especially how bad at the moment JJ and their offense was looking. I would have took the points. So I think he's still going to have to work himself into the head coach's role. But you would even agree, though, he's an elite offensive play caller.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm laying it here with Detroit as well. Let's go to Pittsburgh. The Steelers hosting the Seattle Seahawks. Steelers laying 3, -158 on the money line. Seahawks +3, +134 on the money line. Total is at 39.5. What are we at here, kid?
This is a tough one, Dill, because I'm going to be honest. I honestly saw the Seahawks struggle a little bit last week. I think defensively, they look as good as we said they were going to look, especially you. Great call on you, Dill. You were speaking high on that defense. But is it going to be Sammy D from a couple years ago? Or is it going to be Kevin O'Connell and Viking Sammy D? And week 1, Dill, it was Sammy D didn't play well. He didn't play well. Now, can he go out there in Pittsburgh and have himself a game? We saw Justin Fields like that defense up last week. I'm not sure if Sammy D is going to be able to do it because Justin Fields is able to move with his legs. Sammy D is not as mobile. He could kick it a little bit, Dill, but he don't got that pick-me-up like Justin. So if they're not able to establish a running game early on with Kenneth Walker III, I think they're just gonna constantly bring pressure and let Sammy D's arm beat the defense. I think it's a tough task. Don't get me wrong. Was I impressed by the Pittsburgh Steelers? No. But offensively, they look better than Seattle. And if the defense is gonna show up, it's gonna be at home. I'm hesitant to lay the 3. I will say money line. Kind of want to say money line deal minus 155, but it's a little rich. I will lay the 3, but I do think Seattle can keep it close. But I see 2.5s out there as well.
Really?
Yeah, I might lay the 2.5 if it
Under
gets to
field
2.
goal.
Yeah, I only see one book right now at 2.5. I think the Chris Boswell wouldn't be surprised he ends it off with a game winner.
Yeah, there's no way I'm taking Seattle here on the road against Pittsburgh. You know,
Tough
San Francisco outplayed Seattle by a mile last week, and if it wasn't for the kicker, another guy, thank God he got cut, the score wouldn't have been that close. You know, they were moving the ball at will, and I just think Aaron Rodgers is going to have a field day against Seattle.
Wow.
I just couldn't find a way to back Seattle in this spot. I also don't expect 2 back-to-back poor performances from the Steelers defense. I think TJ Watt should get more involved here. And to be honest, I just don't know who is out there running to the window to bet on Seattle. On the road, I feel like this might be lock potential. Wow. Give me Pittsburgh -3. I love them right in this spot.
No free shout out spot. Did find 2.5 though.
Yeah. Yeah, no free shout outs, but I on the book right now for the show, I will take the 3. I don't mind. Mm-hmm. Last 1 o'clock window. Let's go to the Saints, the dumpster bowl. Saints taking on your boy Mac Jones, getting the start, kid. Hey, this is a proven thing. Kyle Shanahan wanted Mac Jones. He wanted him. He
wanted him, but he drafted Trey Lance, so he
didn't
want him.
Because Lynch, the GM, stepped in and said, "You're drafting Trey Lance." So this is gonna be like a fuck you and prove it. Like, now I got my guy. Thank God they drafted Brock Purdy. But anyway, San Francisco laying 3 on the road, -166 on the money line for the Saints, +140. Total is at 40.5. Kid, you backing your boy Mac Jones here?
Dill. I wanna lay the 3.5, 3 so bad. I kind of want to just tell the people lay the -162 money line because anything is possible. I just don't think Saints win is a possible outcome, Dill. 3.5 is sketchy. Look at Mac Jones with Kyle Shanahan. Do I expect it to be efficient? Do I expect like a Jimmy G-ish game? 18 attempts, 12 to 14 completions, $140 passing, maybe a touchdown. I think we're going to see a very conservative game plan from Kyle Shanahan in this offense. I think we're going to need a monster game from CMC. But we saw that defense work last week against Sammy D. Sammy D is much better than Spencer Rattler. Let's just keep it real, people. Don't get me wrong. Alvin Kamara had himself a good game last week. But San Francisco, I think they're going to handle business. And I think Mac Jones is clearly going to be the best quarterback on the field. Give me the -3 with the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah. Back-to-back road spot here for the Niners. Brock Purdy and George Kittle are both out for multiple weeks. In comes our boy Mac Jones as a road favorite. Is he better than Spencer Rattler? Yeah, he's better than Spencer Rattler. I think Mac Jones is better than him. He's actually won games in the NFL, where Spencer Rattler is 0-8 all time.
Come on now.
I think
-162 might be worth the squeeze.
I'll lay the 3. I think Kyle Shanahan is going to be very cautious with Mac Jones here. It's a big CMC game. Watch out for props later. I think CMC is going to have himself a hell of a day. Catching, running the ball. He's going to hand it off a bunch of times, dump it out into the flat. I don't think he's going to do anything to turn the ball over. I love San Francisco. I almost put them as my lock, if I'm being honest. That's how much I love San Francisco here on the road. I'll lay the 3. I'm not afraid of Mac Jones in this spot. All right, kid, you're going to lay it as well. Let's go to the 4 o'clock games. Finally, a 4 o'clock window. We will start in the desert. Arizona Cardinals hosting the Carolina Panthers. Arizona laying 6.5 here on the road, -320 on the money line, +260 for the Panthers. Total is at 44.5. What do you got here?
This is another one, Dill. A great tease spot as well. This one's tough, though. Panthers looked horrendous last week. The Panthers was one of the worst teams. I'm gonna say them and the Miami Dolphins. Do I want to lay the 6.5 with the Arizona Cardinals? I'm not sure about that, Dylan. But did they play well in New Orleans? To me, I expected them to play better. Let's just be honest. Are they the better team? No doubt about it. Is Carolina due for a bounce back? Maybe they'll do. I expect Bryce Young to play a little better. Absolutely, I expect him to play a lot better than what he did week one. Am I crazy to kind of like the plus 6.5? Dill?
Yes.
I'm a little crazy. I think this is a great teaser spot for the Arizona Cardinals, but I would not be laying the 6.5 or 7 points. I expect something for the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, back-to-back road spots here for Carolina as well. Cardinals didn't look great, but they got the win. They covered the spread. Now coming back home, laying 6.5. Bryce didn't look good. And yeah, the offense wasn't good, but their defense was worse. They got no pressure on the quarterback of Jacksonville. And if you just allow Kyler to do anything he wants, that's a bad recipe. He's going to torch you. The Jags ran for over 200 yards on this Panthers defense. And now they're getting James Conner, and Trey Benson looked really good. Now you got those two guys. They're going to have a field day against Carolina. I usually don't like to lay the big number with Kyler Murray, but I can't take the Panthers here, kid. I agree. I also think the Cardinals are also a good teaser leg spot, but yeah, I'm going to take Arizona here minus the 6.5. Let's go to Indianapolis. The Colts hosting the Denver Broncos. Broncos road favorites minus 2.5, minus 122 on the money line. Colts plus 104, a low home dog here. Total is at 43.5. Can we see a nice performance here from Bo Nix? We need a bounce back from him.
I expect a bounce back from Bo Nix still, but I think the real story here should be the Indianapolis Colts. It should be Daniel Jones still. He looked impressive last week. The offense, Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman Jr., all looking real good. Bo Nix, still, those two picks were horrendous. And you made me a believer last year. Week one, out of these two quarterbacks, Daniel Jones was the much better quarterback by a mile. By a mile, Dill. In Indianapolis, not the easiest place to go on the road and win. I like the plus 110 money line. I like the plus 2.5, Dill.
Wow.
Don't get me wrong. Are the Denver Broncos possibly the better team? Yeah. There's no doubt in mind. I can honestly say the Denver Broncos are the better team. But is Bo Nix going to look similar to how you looked week one? Is the offense going to look as good for the Indianapolis Colts as it did in week one, Dill? That's the biggest questions. With that being said, might be the dog of the week. I like the Colts here, Dill. I like the Colts. Also, I think it's a great tease spot as well if you like them as well.
I'm glad we're actually disagreeing here in this spot because we've been agreeing for most of the games, and I don't like that, honestly. I know the offense was really bad for Denver, and, Bo Nix didn't play that well, but the defense was spectacular. They didn't allow a touchdown. They forced 4 turnovers on the offense. I think Sean Payton is going to correct some of these changes. He's going to fix this team up and have this team ready to play here on the road. This defense is going to get pressure on Daniel Jones. Miami got no pressure. Broncos have a much better defense. I think they're going to play a cleaner game here. This might be lock potential. I think the Denver is going to crush the Colts here. I'll lay the 2.5 here on the road with Denver. Game of the week. Let's go to Arrowhead, where the Kansas City Chiefs are taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles road favorites minus 1.5, minus 116 on the money line. Chiefs plus 1.5, minus 102. Total 46.5. Kid, game of the week. Where are we going?
Dill, this is another tough spot. Philly, the Philadelphia Eagles wasn't that impressive week one, but we know what they're capable of doing. The wide receiving core had a shit day. Let's just be honest. Shout out Dotson. But I expect A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith to at least have a bounce back against the Kansas City Chiefs. But at home, that place is gonna be rocking, Dill. They're gonna be rocking. I think that's the first time they're starting 0-1 in a couple of years. I understand there's no Xavier Worthy. I understand Rasheed Rice is hurt, Dill. Philadelphia does deserve to be the favorites. I just don't see the Kansas City Chiefs falling to 0-2. I gotta see it to believe it. I lean the Eagles. It's tough to bet against Kansas City, Dill. I'm gonna just sit back and watch this game. But I do like Kansas City, Dill. This might be dog potential. I don't know, but I do lean Kansas City.
Yeah, I'll put you in for Kansas City plus 1.5. And to be honest, I agree. Eagles coming off that Thursday night win over the Cowboys, extra rest, and it looks like the market loves this Eagles team in this spot. All the money is on the Eagles, and yeah, I think the concern here with backing the Eagles is their secondary. I am concerned they're continuing to start Adoree Jackson here, who just got roasted in week 1. I know a lot of people think this one is really kind of cut and dry, where you just take the Eagles because they're the better team. But I feel like this is a spot where you could actually take the Chiefs, because I think Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, this offense is going to attack their weakness, and they're just going to spam you. It's like Madden. They're just going to spam the play that continues to work. So I think they're going to attack that secondary. And I think the only way that plan fails is if that defensive line for Philadelphia gets to Mahomes and gets constant pressure on him. And on the other side, I think this was kind of a wake-up call for this Chiefs defense and Steve Spagnuolo, who they got outmanned. They were physically dominated against the Chiefs in Brazil. So I think they're going to put their balls on the table and show why they have a good defense. I don't love the travel spot coming from Brazil, but I'm going to take the Chiefs here to bounce back. Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are 21-4 straight up after a loss. I agree. I just don't see them starting 0-2. I got to see it to believe it. Give me the Chiefs here on the money line plus 105. Let's go to Minnesota. My Vikings. Ooh, coming off.
My Vikings.
Coming off that major win Monday night. Shout out JJ McCarthy. Just had a baby girl. I think it was today.
God bless.
So God bless him and his family. Coming back home as a father now. Minus 3.5, minus 184 for the Vikings. Atlanta comes into town. Michael Penix, big, tough loss for them against the Bucks. Plus 154 on the money line for the Falcons. Total is at 44.5. Kid, big game here for my Vikings. What are we feeling?
National championship rematch for these two quarterbacks still. It's going to be an interesting game. You know how I feel about Atlanta. And I'll be honest, I do like what I saw from Vikings. We all know their defense is for real. JJ had himself a tremendous fourth quarter. Other than that, though, he looked mediocre. But give me Minnesota Vikings. I got a little juiced up. They're saying minus 3.5, minus 105. I did the minus 3, minus 130 deal. Worst case, we go home with a push. We get our money back. I do think Minnesota is the right side. I just don't see how Michael Penix is going to walk into Minnesota and light that defense up. Maybe they could win a low-scoring game. Would I be shocked if they walk out, winning 17-14? Absolutely not. I just don't see the Minnesota Vikings just only putting up 14 points. We saw what they were able to do on the road in a crazy madhouse up in Chicago, down double digits. I think McCarthy's going to be more settled in. Remember, he struggled in the first half, though. I think we're going to see a little more what we saw in the second half. Maybe without the pick six this time. I think we see a more better J.J. McCarthy to start the game. And I'll be honest, I think it's going to be a tough day for Michael Penix against that defense. Give me Minnesota.
And he wasn't a dad then. Now he's a dad. Love
might
this
be more pressure.
Exactly.
His mind might not be on the play. You probably haven't looked at the playbook in 2 days.
Another prime. Yeah, he was at the hospital late.
He's tired.
He's tired. God bless him and his family. Another primetime spot for my guy JJ. I know a lot of people are gonna be on Atlanta here. Major letdown spot after a crazy comeback win for Minnesota. But I really didn't like what I saw from that secondary in Atlanta. The rookie Emeka Egbuka, shout out of the Ohio State. He had himself a hell of a day. I expect Justin Jefferson, Jalen Reagor, I expect them to have really good games against the secondary. And I thought JJ actually played better than Michael Penix. Look at Michael Penix's box score. His completion percentage wasn't good. And I think the difference here is the defense. The defense for Minnesota, once they figured out Caleb Williams in that defense, it was in that Bears offense, it was over. They did not do anything. Mm-hmm. The game was over. So Atlanta wants what does Minnesota want to do? They want to stop Bijan Robinson. If they could do that, I have a tough time believing the Falcons could go on the road in this environment, in a dome, and beat the Minnesota Vikings, who I think are just overall a more complete team right now. Like Michael Penix, I like Bijan. He is fucking special. Yeah. Drake London really didn't practice all that week. He's kind of banged up. He will play, but I just think this is a tough spot for Atlanta, kid. Give me Minnesota. I'll lay the 3.5. I never thought in my whole existence, 30 years, God damn, I'm 30, that I would ever be rooting this hard for a Michigan guy. Never. If you would have asked me when I was in high school, Dylan, would you be rooting for a guy that played quarterback for your arch nemesis? I'd be like, no, hell no. But I like the kid, man. I really do. I think he's special, and he just has some attributes that, like you said on our recap, that you just can't teach. And it helps that he's not my fantasy. So that's also a reason why I like it. But kid, that's all the games. Also, we do have a doubleheader on Monday night. So
can't wait.
Can't wait.
That's
for
why
that.
I'm gonna give him a pass this week.
Yeah.
With the 3-4 o'clock games, I'm gonna give him a pass.
We're getting a little spoiled here early. All right, kid. Time for our lock, dog, teaser, and prop of the week. We will start with the lock. We'll ping pong back and forth. I'll let you lead it off. What is your lock of the week?
Lock of the week, Dale. Give me the Los Angeles Rams -5.5. I'm not going to overthink it. I just don't see. I apologize for the dog next door. It's kind of nuts. I just don't see Cam Ward, one, going to be able to light that defense up. And two, honestly, outgun Matthew Stafford. I wouldn't be shocked if it's a double-digit game. Give me the Los Angeles Rams on the road.
I love that play. It was lock potential. I'm gonna take the Steelers here -3. I mean, coming back home. I think they are going to dominate this Seattle team. I did not like what I saw from Sam Darnold. They really weren't able to move the ball all that well. I think this defense is going to have a much better performance than they did against the Jets. Aaron Rodgers is going to have himself a hell of a day. Yeah, give me Pittsburgh here -3 as my lock. What is your dog of the week?
Dale, I'll be honest, Dale. I love this play. Gonna put some bread on it myself. Give me the Indianapolis Colts.
Wow.
On the money line, Dale. I told you, dog of the week potential. Give me the +10 with the Indianapolis Colts. I'm not gonna say Danny Dimes yet. He goes to 2-0, beats a top 5 defense. Danny Dimes might be back.
What did you get? I see +105 out there. What do you
+110?
+110. I'll give you +110. I like that. All right. For me, hey, they were my lock last week. Going right back to the well. Give me Jacksonville. Cincinnati did not look good for in week 1. I think this Jacksonville offense is going to be able to throw the ball. I expect a better offensive performance from Brian Robinson Jr. as well. I think Travis Hunter is going to play a little more on defense, and I think they're going to run the ball as well. So do not like what I saw from Cincinnati. Give me Jacksonville as my dog +165. What do you like for your teaser?
Shockingly, I'm back at it with a 3-legger. Might fuck me at the end, Dill, but I like the 3-way this week. I don't know why. Hopefully it's a winner. 3-legger, 6-point teaser, +140. Give me the Arizona Cardinals down to a 0.5 point. Give me the Indianapolis Colts to +8.5. I caught the 2.5 early. I got them up to +8.5. They're not losing by a touchdown. Come on, Dale. And then give me the Detroit Lions to take care of business at home. Got them at a pick'em. 6-point, 2-way teaser. 3-way. I apologize. +140. Arizona, Indianapolis Colts, Detroit Lions.
Hey, I'll give you a break. You're not used to the 3-leggers. You're usually a 2-legger.
And I'll be honest, I might have did 4. Dylan.
Oh, you were that confident.
I was gonna add your Jets plus 12.5.
I'm gonna break in the fourth wall here. The Jets almost were my dog of the week. Almost, but I didn't get there because they've broken my heart way too many times. For my teaser, I got a 3-legger plus 140. Give me the Cardinals down to a -0.5. I think the Cardinals are going to blow them out. Carolina's not a good football team at all. I like the Rams plus 0.5. Think the Rams, they're playing Cam Moore. They didn't even have 150 total offensive yards. Matthew Stafford and Puka Nacua are going to have their way with that defense. Give me the Rams plus 0.5, and I will take the Lions here to bounce back and beat the Chicago Bears -0.5. And you could get that at plus 140. Kid, this next segment is brought to you by Props.Cash, the best way to research your player props. Elvis and I have been using Props.Cash for 2 years now, and it's helped us find an edge in several player prop markets. On the web or in the Props.Cash app, you'll get quick visual data on player trends, matchup history, and recent performance across every major sports. They got baseball, basketball, football, college football, WNBA. The playoffs are starting soon. And they're also working on UFC. Clean, reliable stats that make it easier to spot value. Plans are starting at just $19.99 a month. And right now you could get 25% off your first month with the code DREAM25. That's DREAM25. That is DREAM25 for 25% off your first month. So download the app, not now, but right now. Sign up with the monthly subscription. Use our code DREAM25, and you'll be paying just $14.99 your first month. Level up your prop research today at Props.Cash. What is your prop of the week, kid?
I'm going to give you my lean first and then my prop of the week, Dill. I do like Joe Flacco over 245.5. He went 31 for 45 last week, 290 against the Cincinnati Bengals at home. After watching the Ravens give up over 220 yards in just the fourth quarter alone, I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, if Joe Flacco's around 250, 270 passing against the secondary. Wasn't impressive week 1. Wouldn't be surprised if Joe Flacco had himself a day. So I do like Joe Flacco over 245.5. But Dill, offense is dealing with injuries, suspensions. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to find Mr. Reliable, who's been there and done that for him. Not huge, but he always puts up some numbers, Dill. Give me Juju Smith-Schuster. After having 50 yards last week, coming in due to injuries, he's going to be right back. He might even be a starter this week, Dill. Give me over 33.5. I think this number is too short. Let's not forget, Juju damn near won the Super Bowl a couple years ago for them, and he came in last week, got 50 yards quick. I think he'll get 50-plus yards again. Give me Juju Smith-Schuster as the prop of the week, over 33.5.
And what was the odds on that, real quick, so I could put that in this Excel sheet?
-114.
-114. I got 2, kid. Can I give you both?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you a lean and then my official.
All right, I'll give you a lean too. +155. Give me Justin Fields anytime touchdown. Just look at what Lamar did to the Bills last week. You know, he played 6 games last year in Pittsburgh before getting wrongfully benched and had 5 rushing touchdowns. This year, he already has 2. He had 12 carries for 48 yards and 2 touchdowns in week 1 against a good Steelers defense. He's going to get in the end zone. +155 for Justin Fields. That's my lean. But official, let's stay in the same game. I love this play. Give me Khalil Shakur over 4.5 receptions. Jets defense did not look good versus Steelers. And in the middle, they were giving up everything to tight ends, the slot guy. Calvin Austin III had 4 catches for 70 yards in the slot versus us. I think Khalil Shakur can have a similar type game and kind of live in the middle of the field. He had 6 catches on Sunday night versus a better secondary in Baltimore. I also like his receiving yards over as well, but I think he's going to get a ton of receptions here versus the Jets. Props.Cash projection also likes the over as well. So give me Khalil Shakur over 4.5 receptions. You could get that at even money at +100.
Oh, I love it, though. I love it.
Yeah. I love it, kid. This week was fantastic, I thought, for me. Love the slate. And I think we gave out a bunch of winners, if I'm being honest.
Hopefully
Maybe
we
not
did.
hopefully only time will tell, but I think we gave out some winners, kid. But let's transition to we'll stay on the gridiron, but we'll talk a little college here. Holy shit, Indiana's winning 45-0 right now. Yeah, right now, if you're watching live, for the people watching live, I am on New Mexico plus the 15.5 on the road against UCLA. They're paying that kid Nico all that money to suck. So yeah, give me New Mexico plus 15.5. But for Saturday, what do you got? Any plays you like here for Saturday? Hey, you hit on Vanderbilt.
Yeah, hit on Vanderbilt last week. Call me lucky, call me crazy, whatever you want. Dill, we saw this team battle week 1. Tough loss to, we could say, a very good LSU team. They bounced back last week against Troy. Wasn't really that impressive. Didn't cover the spread. I think we see Clemson show up against Georgia Tech. Give me the -3 with Clemson on the road. And you know how I've been iffy about Clemson, Dill. I think we're going to see Clemson show up. Give me the number 12 Clemson on the road -3.
All right, I got 4, and I lied. I got 5 plays here for Saturday. We will start in the beautiful, and I mean beautiful, state of West Virginia. The backyard brawl between West Virginia and Pitt. Pitt laying 7.5 here on the road in Morgantown. Yeah, okay. Give me West Virginia and the beautiful people of the Mountaineers plus 7.5. Yeah, we'll go to that Clemson game. Not Clemson, excuse me. That Georgia and Tennessee game. I'll lay the 3.5 here with Georgia. I do not think Tennessee is that good. I think Georgia, it was kind of a down game last week. They got the win and kind of just survived. I think this is a much bigger game on the road in Knoxville. Yeah, give me go Dogs. Give me the Bulldogs -3.5. The Battle of the Florida, South Florida on the road taking on the U, Miami. Miami's laying 17.5 against arguably a team in South Florida that has the best resume so far. Yeah, give me South Florida plus 17.5. The kids out of Tampa are playing ball this year. We'll go down to the Ole Miss. Ole Miss playing Arkansas at home. They're laying 6.5. Shout out Lane Kiffin for recognizing us degenerates and saying sorry they didn't cover. I actually appreciate that. He's smart. He gets it. Yes, he gets it. I'll lay the 6. I think Lane Kiffin did not cover last week. He will come back and say, hey, the boosters are throwing $100,000 per game. We're going to cover for them. Yeah, I need that, Lane. I'll lay the 6.5 here against the Razorbacks. And then a really good game in where is Notre Dame's in Indiana. South Bend, Indiana. Notre Dame hosting Texas A&M. Give me the Aggies plus 6.5. I think they're live, kid. If the Jets and the Jaguars weren't my dog of the week, it was going to be the Aggies plus 6.5. I think they're live, kid. Give me Texas A&M.
I love it, Dill. I lean heavy Texas A&M. Want to say they're the dog of the week as well, Dill. Love the energy.
Kid, Boston and Yankees, big series this week. They're down 2-0 right now. I took your Red Sox and they're losing.
You know what, Dill? Last time we played the Yankees, we won 3 out of 4.
You guys are 8-2 against them this year.
Wouldn't be surprised we win another 3 out of 4.
But not the one I bet on.
I hate to tell you, Dill. It's still early. What inning is it? Bottom 4th. Come on. In Fenway. Just relax. Sit back.
Yeah, sit back and relax.
Walk Elvis. By the time you come back, you might see a run or 2 on the board.
Kid, well, that's going to do it. Enjoy your weekend. We got a ton of football, college, NFL. We got a great fight tomorrow night. UFC Noche, early start time in San Antonio, Texas. And then we got a huge, one of the biggest boxing cards in not just this year, in this generation. Bud Crawford, Canelo Alvarez, live on Netflix. It's free. If you have Netflix, it is free.
Well, it's not free.
You got to pay if you haven't. But most fucking people have Netflix. I ain't gonna hold you.
I'm not happy. Netflix charging your boy $26 a month. I remember when shit was $7.99.
Yeah, when it was $7. Those are the good days.
I understand you only has a few movies and TV shows. I understand that. But shit, I had Family Guy. I had Full House. What happened? I mean,
you're a big Bang Theory guy.
Yeah, Big Bang Theory. That's one of my favorites. 2.5 Men.
Oh, 2.5 Men. I think it got worse when Charlie Sheen left.
Hey, yeah, no doubt about it. But I think
Ashton Kutcher.
I always call him Kelso because that's 70 show.
Yeah, for 70 show.
So Ashton, I think for filling in,
he did an all right job.
He did a great job. Though.
Oh,
it was still
great!
Funny. It was still a good show.
It was still good.
Great. I mean, put it like this: with Charlie, it was probably a 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
With Kelso, it was 8.5, maybe 9.
That's his name, Kelso, for you. That's his name.
It's Kelso.
What was I gonna say? Honestly, I watched I used to watch 2.5 Men with my grandma, oddly enough. And she didn't understand what was going on, but she laughed when Charlie Sheen was on, and when Ashton Kutcher came on, she goes, "Who's this new guy?"
Who the hell is
she goes, "Who the hell is this?" So it was funny. She thought Charlie Sheen was funny, which he was, but I think it was still good, but it was nowhere near where Charlie Sheen was.
Oh no, it wasn't though. I think Alan also became a bigger star.
He's low key funny.
He's more than big. He's big funny.
Yeah, he's big funny. Well, kid, enjoy the weekend. Good luck on your bets.
Real quick.
What do you got?
How was the Wi-Fi, Dale? Hold on.
I was gonna mention it offline, but spectacular. What'd you do?
Made a phone call.
Okay.
Got some upgrades done.
Okay.
No need for anybody to come in. I was saying, yo, let me get that extra special. They was like, what you need, Elvis? I said, you know what I need, girl. I don't need no buffering, none of that. They said, okay, we got you, no problem. Complimentary, happy belated birthday. I said, damn right.
They really said that?
It's not there.
You had to
my moment. Why you can't just
you had to
make me look good?
Oh man, that was too funny.
My spot? Damn.
You have Optimum or Verizon?
You see? I'm not gonna let out that information.
Okay, that's too much. My fault.
I ain't gonna hold you. Verizon is the best.
I got Verizon,
but your boy got Optimum. It's been a long time, but I do got Optimum.
You're an avid Verizon guy too.
I got a Verizon phone.
That's
Verizon
what I'm saying.
Everything. Yeah, I'm with the wife. She got a good price. I'm not gonna say nothing.
Okay. Hey, happy wife, happy life.
She said she got that. I gotta handle these things. I said, okay, cool. Just upgrade the Wi-Fi. I'll pay for the Wi-Fi.
That's all you ask. That's all you ask.
The Wi-Fi is crisp now.
Oh, yeah, it is very crisp. Well, thank you for that. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the plays. Good luck to everyone, and we will see you guys on Monday. Peace.